Day 7 is all about meditation and mindfulness and even prayer. When I first started learning about meditation, I thought that it was really this mystical, spiritual thing that I didn't know anything about. But the more that I learned about it, the more inspired I became about the usefulness and importance of meditation. And the purpose of meditation is to bring your mind into focus, to bring it into the present, and to quiet all of the thoughts and the chatter that are constantly going on in our brains. And that's super important. It's a practice. So it's not something that you're going to be good at immediately, but it's something that is a practice to develop the ability to become present, to what they say is awaken to what your mind and your body are really doing and what's really going on, and to let go of your judgment of how you should be or how you should behave. One of the ways that I really came to understand meditation was I read a portion of Mark Epstein's book, Going to Pieces Without Falling Apart, and he describes when he was on his a pilgrimage to learn about meditation, and he'd gotten onto a very crowded bus in a very crowded and hot place, and he was sitting right on the wheel well, so it was extra bumpy and extra uncomfortable, and it was smelly and noisy and just awful. And he decided right then and there that he could meditate. And so basically all that means is just quieting your thoughts, letting your thoughts and your feelings just drift by without reacting to them. And he became aware of the way he was feeling, and that by going into that state, that meditative state, he was actually able to cope with the discomfort, and it even subsided a little bit. And so that helped me to understand better what it means to meditate. And there have been many instances in my life as a mom when I could really react negatively to stimulants and stressors. But I can pause in that moment and allow space between the trigger, the stressor, and my reaction in order to choose my reaction. And so I don't have to just react. I can be proactive about my response to the situation. And so I've had many situations when I could have lashed out and screamed and got upset, but instead I chose to just draw in to my breathing, become present and non-judgmental, and just let the situation almost resolve itself, or become aware of how I'm feeling so that I can choose my reaction and not get upset. And so that's been an amazing and useful tool to know how to be mindful, to use meditation and presence to let go of my ego, let go of my judgment, and let go of the outcome of the situation. That becoming aware and helping me and whoever else is involved in the situation to be present and resolve the situation mindfully. And then prayer is the way to connect to God and to talk to our source energy, as some people I've heard say, to just become aligned with our beliefs about what God's will and His intentions for us are. And so that's what prayer is really all about. And so taking the time to pray, to meditate, to think about what God is trying to whisper to you when you have said a prayer is a really powerful way to recover. And so today I challenge you to learn about meditation, to take the time to pray, really pray, to get that connection with God, and then see what happens. Listen and meditate on those words that you say or the words that you listen to. If it's a guided meditation, think about, what comes to your mind when you are meditating. Let those thoughts come to you, let them drift by without reacting, and just see what happens. And as you exercise that muscle of not reacting, it gets stronger, and you begin to have that capacity to choose your reaction and not be reactive, but to be proactive. So that's my challenge for you today. Thanks again for following along. Be sure to share this with your friends. Send them to homeandfamilyculture.com/cope to catch all the videos in the 30-day challenge. And then head over to Instagram and find me at Family Culture Podcast. Tag me in your stories and tell me about how this series is making an impact on you. Tell me how this particular coping strategy is impacting you, and tag me and use the hashtag Family Coping Skills. Thank you so much for following along. You can also email me if you have questions or insights or anything you want to share at jody@homeandfamilyculture.com. Thank you so much.